Hi everybody, I'm David Rodriguez. Welcome to Leaning Left. Today I have another installment of They Tweeted What, but this time it's a little different because it's not really a tweet, it's a text from Tucker Carlson to one of his producers. Tucker's really going through some stuff, isn't he? First, thanks to the Dominion lawsuit, we know that he sent texts to his colleagues admitting that he was spewing out lies on the air as if they were true for the sake of ratings. Then, after Fox settled with Dominion for over $800 million, Tucker got unceremoniously fired from Fox News. Finally, we find out about this text that some say is the reason he got fired, though I have doubts. Here's what the text says. A couple weeks ago, I was watching a video of people fighting on the street in Washington. A group of Trump guys surrounded an Antifa kid and started pounding the living shit out of him. It was 3 against 1, at least. Jumping a guy like that is dishonorable, obviously. It's not how white men fight. Yet suddenly I found myself rooting for the mob against the man, hoping they'd hit him harder, kill him. I really wanted them to hurt the kid. I could taste it. And somewhere deep in my brain an alarm went off. This isn't good for me. I'm becoming something I don't want to be. The Antifa creep is a human being. Much as I despise what he says and does, much as I'm sure I'd hate him personally if I knew him, I shouldn't gloat over his suffering. I should be bothered by it. I should remember that somewhere, somebody probably loves this kid and would be crushed if he was killed. If I don't care about those things, if I reduce people to their politics, how am I better than he is? Oh, Tucker, you are definitely not better than he is, and in fact, you're quite a bit worse. You know why? Because you are an incredibly, blatantly, horrifically racist, and anyone who isn't racist themselves already knew that. For the rest of you, Tucker's been pushing the idea of the Great Replacement Theory on his show, which is the idea that Democrats are trying to replace white conservatives with people of other races who will vote Democrat. If you're wondering where else you may have heard that, it might have been when white supremacists marched in Charlottesville with tiki torches in 2017 chanting, "Jews will not replace us." You remember that incident that Donald Trump said had very fine people on both sides? In addition to that, he's helped push the idea that there's an invasion at the border to make conservatives fear brown people. If you want to see more examples, just Google Tucker Carlson being racist and you'll get an endless supply of instances to read or watch. I highly doubt the executives at Fox could have missed it until seeing this single text. Make no mistake though, this text is a perfect example of Tucker being racist and an all-around horrible person. First off, it's not how white men fight. Really, Tucker? Anyone who survived a lynch mob would say otherwise. Ukrainian civilians who have found themselves at the mercy of Russian soldiers would say otherwise. All too often, people of color who have had a run-in with the police would say otherwise. Then you had to talk yourself down from enjoying that violence because the victim was someone that you call Antifa, which, by the way, just means anti-fascist, which is something all Americans should be. But I've seen some really bad beatdowns. I remember one I saw from my college dorm window. It was just one-on-one, but one guy, after getting the other guy down, kicked him in the head. I don't know which of those men I agreed with politically, and I don't care, because the sight of that act has been burned into my brain for the last 2.5 decades. And as much as I think MAGA Republicans are straight up awful people, I wouldn't wish that on them for anything. But you, Tucker, have spent so long on your show dehumanizing people of color, people in the LGBTQA+ community, women, and anyone who disagrees with you, broadcasting those ideas night after night to millions of people, that you created that very situation that you had to talk yourself into being disgusted by. You're a big part of the reason that this nation is divided. Well, you and Trump, the man that you admitted in your text messages that you hate with a passion. I don't know if the Antifa kid in the video you mentioned survived, but there will be plenty of times where victims of these attacks will not. And even if you are just watching it on a video, trying not to get too aroused, I guarantee you some of that blood is on your hands. So for the rest of you, let me know in the comments if you agree with me or if you have other thoughts on this text. If you disagree with me, you can leave comments too, but you'll find a more agreeable audience at a Klan meeting. For the rest of you, if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe and click the bell icon so you can know about the next time I put out a video. But until next time, stay woke, stay vigilant, keep fighting, and remember, if you keep leaning left, you'll always be right.